Hello everyone. In this lecture, you're going to learn what are the common mistakes and what you should do to end in a professional, powerful email to successfully communicate what you want to offer or what you want to talk about to your receiver. I will be explaining some very important rules that you should use or avoid to end in a very powerful, successful, formal email. First thing I have in my do rule is have a clear subject line. Most of us have to compete with hundreds of emails clogging together in our inbox every day. So the clearer your subject line is, the more likely your message will be opened faster or delivered to the recipient faster. If you're sending a proposal to someone, be specific and write, for example, blah, 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 proposal is attached. Second thing you should be very aware of is that never forget your signature. The email signature, your signature on your email is very important because this is the thing that says, who are you? This is your identity. Every email should include a signature that tells the recipient who you are and how to contact you. Maybe the recipient wants to contact you via phone or send you a letter. So he has to know all the means of communication he can use to reach you. Second rule in the do is you have to use a proper professional salutation. The greeting. The greeting should be professional and formal. Using words like hey and yo or heya or hello, these are informal salutation or greetings. Never use these words. In a formal email, you should be using dear Mr. or hello Dr. Robert. This is more appropriate while greeting or saluting your recipient in an email. Never use humor or sarcasm. That's what we said in the first lecture. Your email style should be formal. Humor doesn't translate well via email. What you think is funny has a good chance of being misinterpreted by the other party. The third rule that you must do before sending your email is always do proofread your message. Don't be surprised if you're judged by the way you compose an email. For example, if your email is littered with misspelled words, with grammatical errors, you may be perceived as sloppy, careless, irresponsible, or even uneducated. You must not assume that the recipient knows what you're talking about. Create your message as a standalone note, even if it's in response to a chain of emails. This means no one-liners. Include the subject and any reference to previous emails. It can be frustrating and time-consuming to look back at the chain to brush up on the context. So make it easy on the recipient and write everything clearly. You should reply to every and each email. Do reply to all emails. Give a timely and polite reply to each legitimate email address to you. This shows courtesy and professionalism. Even if you don't have an answer at the moment, take a second to write a response, letting the sender know you received their email, informing him or her if their email was sent to the wrong recipient too. Don't ever send an angry email or give a quick or flip response. This shows informality and impoliteness. It's too far easy to share emails. If you have to give your message some thoughtful consideration, you should before sending it. And that goes back to always proofread your message before clicking on the send button. You have to double check if your attachments are there in the email or not. If you are stating in your email that you are having an attachment or you're attaching something to your recipient, you must double check that the attachment is there. Don't ever use emojis. The usage of emojis gives the impression that the email is totally unprofessional and informal. We only use emojis in text messages or when we are talking to friends. Even text messaging, if you're text messaging your boss, for example, or your employee or co-worker, you shouldn't use any emojis. So the usage of emojis give a very bad impression to your email. Always, always use an introduction. You have to start with an introduction, introducing what your email will be talking about. Why are you sending this email? What you want to say to the recipient in a very simple, short, and clear information, sentences. Then you should, or you could go to elaborating more on the points you want to share with your recipient. At the end, all I want to say is it might take you some practice, some more exercises, writing more emails to reach the level of professionalism and formality you want to reach. But on the long run, you have to be sure that you will sound and you will look more effective, more professional, and more into the point. Thank you.